The majority of secular humanists believe that laws are determined by society. That is, they believe in man-made law, or positive law. Positive law says that there are no legal absolutes. No laws exist outside of man and society. Secular humanists reject an absolute law code just as they reject an absolute moral code. They believe man is capable of devising his own code. Human beings may, and do, make up their own rules. Max Hokut. Darwin's evolutionary theory has profoundly impacted secular humanist law. Julian Huxley noted, "There proceeded during the 19th century, under the influence of the evolutionary concept, a thoroughgoing transformation of studies like law."
The law is not given by God. The law is simply something that human beings create to order their own society and lives. It's a human creation, not a divine creation. Thus, it can change. Easily it can change. When people talk about a living constitution, what they're saying is they believe that humans control the law, not God. And humans are the reference, they're the beginning and the ending, and they're in the middle. Whereas the viewpoint previous to the Darwinian thought was that humans actually discover the law that God had given.
Since society is constantly evolving, laws are periodically reinterpreted and modified by the society of the time. Evolving human organizations determine the legal principles and the moral codes. Therefore, secular humanist law is evolutionary law, determined by evolving man. Nothing is permanent. There are no absolute, unchangeable legal standards. There are no commands of God. Secular humanists reject biblical moral laws because they believe that biblical laws suppress people's natural appetite for pleasure. Morality and legality are viewed biologically, not theologically. Laws are man-centered, not God-centered. Humans must create their own legal system because only they know what is best for the society in which they live. While some secular humanists adhere to some forms of natural law, laws that are discovered in nature, they also combine this belief with legal positivism. This is because natural law ultimately implies a lawgiver, and secular humanists will not allow the possibility of an ultimate creator of law or an ultimate judge. Instead, secular humanists inevitably look to the state to create, enact, execute, and interpret law. They believe that human rights are simply the temporary provisions of a society and, generally speaking, granted by government.
With our contemporary view, if there's no God, then rights are arbitrary. Rights are relative. It's according to who's in power. And so if a government or individuals want to take away your rights, they have a right to because they're the ones that gave them to you to begin with.